Hello from San Francisco and welcome to JSB Talks Digital, the podcast for marketers, bloggers, business owners, and those of you bringing your skills into the digital age. I'm Joanne Sweeney-Burke and this podcast is brought to you by Digital Training Institute. I'm joining you from San Francisco ahead of my presentation at Twitter HQ as part of the Global Digital Citizenship Summit. So, coming up in today's show, in social media news, Instagram appears to be testing live video, Facebook optimizes newsfeed for network connection speed, scheduling Facebook live broadcasts rolls out, I interview Victoria Taylor, live streamer, Snapchatter, and head of events for Summit Live UK. Shoutouts to the EPP Group, who attended my workshop in the EU Parliament last week. JSB's column, My Life Through a Social Media Lens. And find out what tool saved my working week.
Social media news.
Is Instagram testing live video? The Verge is quoting a Russian news site which shows live functionality embedded into Instagram stories. The live banner is apparently a live video appearing at the front of the stories feed. The report from T-Journal also shows the user interface going live from Instagram, which includes a giant red button reading Go Insta. Instagram declined to comment, however, according to sources. Are we surprised by this development? I think not, given that Instagram's owners, Facebook, are trailblazing live experiences in the social media world. So if you happen to get the live functionality and Go Insta, please tag me at JSB Grams. Facebook has made a recent change in its newsfeed algorithm to optimize newsfeed for those on slower network connections. The change means that the algorithm will prioritize posts based on the user's connection speed. As marketers, we need to be conscious of any target audience's network speed and only serve content such as text and images in areas with a poor internet connection. Facebook says in a company blog post that this change improves the consumption experience in emerging markets because people will see fewer grey boxes, spinners, and incomplete stories. Facebook recently announced an update to the Facebook Live API that enables page owners to schedule their Facebook Live broadcasts, including a new tool which sends out an announcement post with an option for users to get a reminder of when your broadcast is active. Facebook says you can schedule a live broadcast up to 1 week in advance, and people can join your lobby 3 minutes before your broadcast begins. Once you've scheduled a live video, you'll be able to share a link to the broadcast or embed it in other places, such as websites or blogs. Apparently, scheduling will only be available to verified pages initially, rolling out to all pages apparently in the coming weeks. This option is not being made, however, to personal profiles right now. To schedule a live broadcast, page owners need to click on Publishing Tools at the top of their page, then select Video Library, then Live.
Interview.
In this week's show, I'm joined by Victoria Taylor. Victoria is Head of Events for Summit Live UK, the live and social video disruptive technology summit due to make its debut in London in 2017. She is founder and chief social strategist at Blend Social, a social media management and strategy agency. Victoria is also a noted live streamer and Snapchatter and is an international speaker on all things social media. Victoria, you are very welcome to JSB Talks Digital. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So first of all, tell our listeners a little bit about yourself and how you made the jump from social media enthusiast to social media strategist. What's your background?
So I've kind of always worked in sales and marketing, and that started with print press. So I worked in the newspaper industry. Then I went to a company called Yellow Pages. I'm sure many of you probably know that. And Yellow Pages, I worked on two sides. So I worked on the print side, and then it started growing into the digital side. So I helped to develop a web graduate channel at Yale and helped deliver the training to to develop this new team. And my interest is really in the digital side. So I opened up a couple of years later my own digital agency, which was based around websites and SEO, and then developed into social media from there because it was a natural sort of part of the transformation. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell.
And how the media industry has changed from print to yellow pages to online, isn't that right?
Unbelievable, yeah. It's surprising to think just how quickly it's changed even in the last 6 months.
So you are a live streaming practitioner, but your approach for your customers is all about the customer experience. Am I right in thinking that creating culture and altering mindset is one of your key objectives for your clients?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's about, the cultures they create, I guess, within their workforce, and the relationships that they build with the clients that they work with. I'm very much a believer that, we work back from, the human being. Everything is about the human experience, and technology is a great facilitator of what we can do to create experience. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's all about experience and relationships.
A couple of weeks ago on my podcast, I mentioned that Summit Live UK was debuting in London. Now, it was previously a Periscope community conference and held in the US, and you spoke at it. Tell me how excited you are about bringing it to the UK for the first time.
Can I do a little dance now while we're talking?
Absolutely, do a podcast dance.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Yeah, incredibly excited. I mean, it started, like you said, as the Periscope Summit, because it was all about Periscope then. And then as, live streaming platforms emerged and developed, it rebranded as Summit Live. And I spoke at Summit Live in San Francisco, made amazing friendships, business relationships. And then when, I was asked to do this in the UK, I was like, oh my goodness, this is a very exciting time to be bringing this to the UK. And yeah, I can't tell you how excited I am right now. Yeah.
And I know you can't reveal too many details right now, but can you tell us why we should come along if we're interested in live and social video and indeed in augmented reality?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a different content plan too. I've travelled to lots and lots of social media events, which have been fantastic, but this really is experience-based. So in itself, the content plan is going to be an experience. We're lining up some very unusual speakers, and there's going to be a real combination of actionable strategy, but also really fantastic examples of where these technologies, methods, platforms are being used and where they're being used effectively. So we'll have, a good display of how brands are using and what they're using them for as well, so that you've got a real mixed, exciting content plan. It's in an amazing venue in the Science Museum in London, very iconic. And there's 14% of ticket sales gone now. So it's all coming together nicely, and it's going to be an experience in itself.
And I love your updates about the summit on Snapchat and indeed on Facebook Live. So I always feel like I'm getting an exclusive, which is brilliant.
Oh, that's lovely.
Now, video is one of the most pervasive content types on the social web, but we now have 3 distinct types of video: social video, live video, and augmented reality. Do you think we're embracing video as much as we could or as much as we should be?
I think the use of video is only going to increase. I think, I say this quite a lot. I think we very much have to look at this from an individual perspective, rather than sort of saying, yes, everybody should be using video or everybody should be using live stream. I think, you've very much got to take into consideration the person, the business, the brand, and what the why is for using it. But, there's so many amazing technologies, so many different ways that we can use video. I really think we're just at the beginning of an amazing revolution right now. So I think we will see video increase in use. But I think as people's education, particularly over here in the UK and Ireland, grows, we'll start to see people using these technologies more and more.
Do you think everybody has the potential to be a great storyteller on Snapchat or Periscope or indeed on Facebook Live? How can we convince our clients to overcome the fear of the live screen?
Yeah, I think everybody has a story to tell. We all have a story to tell because we've all gone on our different life paths. I think certainly I can only speak for the clients that I've worked with. You know, there's sort of a certain element of confidence coaching and helping people to, I guess, recognise their strengths and then start from the strength point. But seeing confidence grow is incredible. You know, it's quite a daunting thing. You know, for yourself and for myself, we're very used to just switching on a camera and just doing it. So it's very much making sure that, the people that I certainly work with, that they're able to understand and feel comfortable with where they're at and progress naturally.
And have you seen you going front of screen directly translate into business leads for you, for your agency?
I have, yeah, and also with speaking gigs as well. So I've had speaking gigs through Snapchat directly, and business through Snapchat has been a big one for me, through Snapchat directly. So I mean, I term Snapchat as social video, and I've had a fair bit of work through Snapchat, consultation work, speaking work, so absolutely.
So finally, Victoria, who are among your favourite social and live video practitioners? And I know this is a tough question, so maybe remove the word favourite. Who should we follow that we can learn from, and choose one from Snapchat, Periscope and Facebook Live?
Gosh, this is really hard because there are so many, and I will always say to people on Snapchat, Adam Purcell of Caring Counts, because of the way he tells a story and taps into emotion. But in terms of technique with Snapchat, I'm sorry I'm giving two here, but Nick Robertson, I'm Nick Robertson. He is incredible with his technique, the way he transitions from one snap to another. So he's absolutely one to watch. Where else would you like me to
Periscope?
Yeah, I really, really like Katja, live stream Katja, purely because Katja has built an incredible business through Periscope, and she really uses the power of community to transform people's lives. And we're seeing a lot more examples of what Katja's business and what her community have done to change people's lives through the examples she's sharing on Facebook right now. So, I mean, she's an incredible lady. So live stream Katja, I love her story. So she's well worth checking out.
Victoria, thank you so much. And guys, you must follow Victoria on Snapchat and Periscope. She's at Victoria Tail UK, or you can log onto her website, victoria.live, a URL that I absolutely love. And don't forget to check out summitliveuk.co.uk. Victoria, thank you so much for joining me on JSB Talks Digital, and I will see you in Ireland in just over a week.
I know, thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Shoutouts.
In this part of the show, I give shoutouts to those who are remarkable online and worth talking about. I was in Brussels last week delivering a social media workshop to members of the EPP Group, the EU Parliament's largest political grouping. They have developed an ideas lab where they take in speakers monthly to discuss a range of communications and social media topics, so I was very excited to be part of that. My workshop, of course, centred on political social media strategy, and I'm going to put together a blog post on that very topic. So if you're a politician, advise a politician, or work in PR, you might want to read it. Watch out for it on digitaltraining.ie. I also curated my Twitter moments from the feedback from the workshop, so you can view that over on my Twitter account at tweetsbyjsb. Please also follow the EPP Group on Twitter at EPP Group. My latest article on Social Media Examiner focuses on B2B marketing on Facebook. I'm often asked about how to approach business-to-business strategy on social media, given I do lots of it. So make sure you check out my article at socialmediaexaminer.com, where you will find my 5 tactics to employ in your Facebook marketing strategy. They are: support expert positioning with visuals, capitalise on interest with a regular Facebook Live show, generate warm prospect audiences with Facebook ads, bolster engagement and reach with select instant articles, and build on visibility and engagement with native video. The digital citizenship community are gathered today, Friday the 28th of October, at Twitter headquarters in San Francisco for the Global DigCit Summit as part of the US Media Literacy Week. Sophie and I are here, and we take to the Twitter stage at 1:50 p.m. US time and that's 9:50 p.m. Irish time. So please tune in to see our presentation, The Digital DNA of Gen Z. You can follow on Periscope by following Twitter's @safety account, which has 3.2 million followers, or you can watch the live stream at digcitsummit.com. We would love to have your support from Ireland and of course from all our social media community right across the world. 4 years ago, Sophie and I decided to put pen to paper and begin writing Young Minds Online, a 7-module course for Gen Z on how to safely navigate the social web. We then sold elements of that course to Kaspersky Lab, one of the world's largest internet security companies, and have delivered versions of it to schools, parents, and to workplaces. I am delighted to announce on today's podcast that Digital Training Institute will be collaborating with Digital Citizenship Institute and its founder, Dr. Mary-Alice Curran, on a suite of new programs for the US market. Our announcement is being made today in San Francisco. I interviewed Mary-Alice on podcast number 14, so please check that out too. Get involved in the digital citizenship conversation and use or follow the hashtags, #DigCitSummit, #BeTheDigitalChange, and #MediaLitWeek. And thanks to everyone for your good wishes of good luck.
JSB's column.
Did you see my Snapchat story earlier this week at JSB Snaps? Documenting my digital day out. I got loads of feedback and interactions, which was great. Today I'm talking about a related topic, my life through a social media lens. I wrote a blog post on this very topic on my flight back from Brussels last week, so go and have a look at the full version at digitaltraining.ie. Writing in the digital age provides me with multiple platforms to have my say. I like to have an opinion, share my knowledge, offer value to digital conversations, and have fun on social. I'm a Gen Xer living like a Gen Z online, but 2 whole generations behind me. So let me address 3 key digital tensions that I think people obsess about when it comes to my social media activities. Number 1, am I socially connected online, but socially disconnected offline? Why do I storytell my working day? And can there really be a meeting of minds online? So, to address the first point, I'm often behind a mic in front of a camera, standing on a stage or training groups in a meeting room setting. It's what I do. But the digital world has afforded me the opportunity to extend this work online. People connect with me based on conversations I start, contributions I make to others, but mostly based on a mutual interest in the digital age. I began to see a consistent conversation emerge, and with the same people. And guess what? I'm still talking to those people today, proving my point that my social interactions are rooted in my love for writing, for connecting, and for sharing. My social neighbourhood. The neighbourhood I live in is a social one. It's a place I feel valued, respected, and might I even go so far as to say liked? We help each other out. We introduce each other to our network. We say yeah when things are going well, and we reach out a virtual hand of support when things aren't going so well. I often document my working day and share the behind the scenes with JSB with different snapshots on different social networks. The JSB salesperson is not like your regular salesperson. Cue the upset among salespeople. I don't hustle exhibition halls, loiter around Fortune 500 execs on LinkedIn. Rather, I let the work tell the story, and that's how I sell. I storytell my working day because it gives prospects an opportunity to see my digital days act out in real life. I've had some remarkable business opportunities that have come my way directly via social media, and I will continue to sell that way. Finally, I have met so many great people online whom I've gone on to do business with, to hire, to socialise with, and even recommend them to a client. Relationships on the social web are certainly transferable offline, and when you have a meeting of minds online, you know the relationship will be mutually beneficial. I will continue to storytell on social media and have conversations with people that I share interests with. After all, social media is the glue that binds like-minded people together.
Social media tool of the week.
The The social media tool that saved my working week this week is the Facebook Save Chrome extension. Most people will know about the Save button, which you can tap to save an article to read later on Facebook. Did you know this feature was launched in 2014 and has 300 million users per month? Enter the Facebook Save Chrome extension. It can be clicked from your Chrome's browser bar to open a newsfeed story composer. So now you can save stories from Facebook to your browser. I absolutely love it. Will you give it a try? Thank you as always for tuning into JSB Talks Digital. Please tune in for the next episode, which will have interviews and sound bites from my trip to San Francisco. As always, I'll have everything discussed on today's show on my blog digitaltraining.ie. And to ensure you never miss an episode of my podcast, please make sure you subscribe on iTunes, on SoundCloud, or on Stitcher. And it'll be on my blog each and every Friday. If you're interested in becoming a guest on JSB Talks Digital or have an event you want to promote, then drop me an email to joanne@digitaltraining.ie and write podcast in the subject line. If there's a topic you want me to cover, you can tweet me at tweetsbyJSB or of course snap me at JSB Snaps. I'm Joanne Sweeney Burke. This has been JSB Talks Digital. Thanks for listening and I'll talk to you soon.
JSB Talks Digital.